say hi and do a quick two for one special Normandy 44, Ukraine 43 shrink grips. And I hope that you enjoy them. And we will talk about it all and have a look at it. I'm going to come straight from the perspective that although I have owned the original edition of this, I really didn't, A, didn't get a chance to play it, B, really didn't have a chance to really get into any of the components or details of the game at all. So I can't really tell you very much about the game. So it's literally going to be shrink grips for the fresh new versions, and I won't be able to do any comparative analysis between the original and the current reprint. Same for Ukraine 43, although I've never even owned this. I did download the rules and look to obviously try and play it. I was actually going to try and play it before this came out, but timing thwarted our gameplay. I read the rules and got all excited about it, and so that'll be right. Anyway, let's have a look at this shrink grip. Okay, so we're back. Let's try and get focused here. I got this flat top set up in the background, and let's move this out of the way. Which one do you want to do first? Eeny, meeny. We'll do this one first. So box art and everything is the same. You've got your updated date on the bottom, right down there. And I almost dropped the camera again. Okay, the box is standard, same size as the last one, and it does not have that super deluxe-y, sexy finish on it that the Alexander the Great Extended Edition does, but functional nevertheless. This game comes with baggies and a die, and a quality note. So let's see what we've got. We've got the gloss paper, rules, full color. I'm not a fan, and you can see the shine on them, right? I really like the rules, the paper they used in the rules for Alexander the Great Extended Edition. I feel like I'd be comfortable marking them up. These you have to use a pencil on, otherwise use a pen, and it often smears. Not that we would ever write on our rules, because, hey, there's going to be errata, even though it's a reprint. Now, I actually did find out that there are a couple of very minor errors in this game that were picked up by someone, and he's a OCD chap, so he found a couple of mistakes, but I don't have what they are handy, but they are extremely minor. I think it's a mine or a fort counter is labeled incorrectly, and there may be one or two units that are to be ignored, I believe. The setup chart is wrong, or there's too many units, or whatever the case may be. I forget. Nevertheless, there's that. And same for Ukraine 43. There's an error in the rules in regards to mobile assaults and overruns. That wherever we see the wording mobile assault, we should assume that means overrun. And there's a mistake in the DRMs on the tables are accurate, and the DRM in the rules is wrong for Ukraine 43. That's all I know so far. Okay, so gameplay charts. These are thick, nice, full color glossy, 2 of each by the looks of it. And you've got your setup charts with the counters and the turns that things come in on. Seems like when you play Normandy games, obviously with Invasion and whatnot, that these types of setup tables are always much appreciated by players. Let's check out the cards. The stock is the white stock, and they're the standard thinner counters that we would expect. They are all centered wonderfully and cut offset correctly. I'm going to say these, and that looks like they're fairly easy to pop out too. Those just came out right there. And they're probably standard thickness. You know how sometimes the counters can be a little thin with GMT games? This is not the case for this one. And we'll have a look at the counters in more detail in a second. Now, I believe there was some corrections made to the map. This is going to be a little bit hard to show you without. I love the fact that this is all on one map, and if you've never seen it, I'm going to try and lay it out over the top of flat top without knocking any of the clouds, and I'll step back for a second. Unfortunately, it's upside down, but there you go. So you've got the Calais Peninsula, the Cherbourg Peninsula, I should say, sorry. And then the landing beaches. So it's obviously just the first, first through the 27th of June or something like that. First 20 odd days, 21 days of the battle. Nice map. It's a full gloss map. Nice paper stock weight, the word I'm looking for. And I just want to have a look at the counters. You can see here. We've got the Commonwealth and the US forces, obviously enough, on tank icons. And then the German forces of varying types with the turn notations on them when they arrive. That gives you a little bit of a feel for it. Okay, where are we at here? We're already at 5 minutes, so let's kind of keep moving along. No doubt there will be some minor corrections to that. That's just kind of half of the course these days, it seems. Okay, drink book number 2. Ukraine 43, Soviet summer offensive against Army Group South. I love Roger's artwork on the box covers. This is particularly evocative. I think it's very cool. All right, second edition. Here we go. 2d6 and some baggies. You've got your high gloss rules, full color. Ooh, lots of examples. Oh, extended example of play. That's nice. I wonder if that was in the original. See, I have the original rules, but I only printed the rules, not any gameplay examples. So they're fairly detailed there. 26 pages in total, looking like there are approximately 20 full pages of rules. Well, that's scenarios, maybe 18 pages of rules. I wasn't that stumped by the rules. They look pretty straightforward, and there's some nice play summaries and rule summaries online, so take advantage of those. Game charts, 2 of each. I wonder how much of a hand Mark has in actually saying, hey, this is how I want the game to appear, because he seems to do this with most of his games now. Really making sure that you've got the play aids you need. And look, here we go with the setup charts again. Per scenario, there's 3 scenarios, 3 setup charts, really nice. And on the backs is the allied ones. I guess that's a paper saver right there. I'm not fussed about that, that's cool. Once again, these are going to be the white stock, I'm guessing. Boom, there you go. So you've got 1.5 sets of counters, and these are larger hexes, by the way. 2 maps, larger hexes. Well, let's have a look at that in a sec. So you've got your combat forces here. I don't know if you can see those very well with the glare off my freaking expensive light bulbs that have bad glare. So there's those, and let's put it up there. As I remember, so a big set of terrain to cover. I'll hold this up and you can have a look at it. So this is we're going to have to just do one map at a time. So this is the most western edge. I'm assuming, or maybe this is going to be the eastern edge. Because there's Kharkov there. Well, it's dark in here. I have to change the lights. And Stalino. And so then you've got Rozhev is just down here. And as we all know, this was the kickoff area for the initial offensive against the Germans. And then this map, 43, they really pushed them back a fair ways. It was a tough fought battle. So then you've got to drop back all the way back to Kiev there, and Odessa there. Now you can see Odessa just where the red dot is on the left-hand side there. And that's your full play area. So it's well and truly in the midst of the retreat back to Berlin, as the case may be. Really nicely done. Looks good. There you have it. 9 minutes and 7 seconds. and we will probably cut it there, and it's going to be a while before I get to these guys. I'm going to try and do all of these in the chronological order campaign that I'm running, and we're only June or July 42, so we got a ways to go, and I'm having trouble folding my map, so I'm going to stop the video. I'll talk to you later.